The Into Light Project is changing the conversation about drug addiction through the power of art and story. In February 2026, the exhibition comes to Hawaii, honoring lives lost with original portraits and personal narratives. Each story submitted by their loved ones becomes a beacon, sparking connection, inspiring change, and bringing light to a shared struggle. Teresa Clower, you are the founder of the Into Light Project. For those people who have never heard about the project before, can you just kind of go over what it is that you folks do and how you started this?
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you for having me, Tricia. The Into Light Project, the whole purpose of this organization is to end the stigma and change the conversation around drug addiction. And we do that through the power of beautiful original artwork, graphite portraits, and storytelling. The project began in 2019, just after my son Devin died from an accidental overdose. And Dev was a beloved son, brother, uncle, grandson, full of life. 32, I may have mentioned that. And so he didn't anticipate dying. He was all kinds of wonderful things, and he had a drug addiction. So as a way of processing that grief as a mom, I took to drawing his portrait, which was pretty cathartic for me. It opened a floodgate. It opened up the opportunity for me to express that grief, but also to share that newfound passion for portrait work with others who have lost loved ones like we have. And so the idea is that in every single state in the country, 40 more people will be drawn. It's graphite, pencil work. These portraits are beautiful renditions of the people who've died, and then we write a nice narrative of each of these individuals. And those public exhibitions are open for anyone to come see, and we encourage open conversation so that people understand that people like my son were normal human beings. He was not, the scum of the earth. He was not, as people like to say, addicts and all kinds of judgy things. Devin suffered, and it's a disease. So we really try with this project to talk about the idea that this is not a moral failing. It's a disease. So Kauaʻi happens to be the location for our Hawaii show, and the community college there in Kauaʻi and their Performing Arts Center have graciously agreed to hosting the exhibit for anyone who lives in the state of Hawaii. So it's open to anyone outside of Kauaʻi, of course. The submission process is simple. We're doing 30 portraits from people throughout Hawaii. We have 28 more that we can take. So we have some room, and the exhibition is opening on February 1st, and I believe that our opening reception will be February 22nd there, and it will stay up for 6 months. So anyone that is interested can go on our website, which is intolightproject.org, and on there's a submission page, Share Your Story it's called, and it will say Hawaii, and they click on Hawaii, and there'll be a series of questions that are filled out. The more detail people can give us, the better this story will be. And then at the bottom of the narrative, we'll ask for 3 photographs, and you pick the ones that you love of your loved one. The artist then is given those photographs, and the writer is given the answers to your narrative questions. And they will create the portrait and create the story, and then they will share it with you. Once you're happy with that narrative and the portrait, that's when we call it final. If you're not happy, we keep working on it until you are. So by the end of this, each family will have a beautiful framed portrait as well as the story to accompany their loved one. So that's how it works. And it's really very meaningful from a family's point of view. Yes, it opens up emotion, but at the same time, by submitting and by being part of this project, family members are then helping us to open up the conversation. and to end stigma and to humanize everyone who suffers from this disease. And we're also talking about stigma to families. And, you know, when you lose someone to drug addiction, you're not getting a casserole at your front door. You know, it just doesn't work like that. People tend not to talk about it, or they're pretty. I even had some judgment, you know, toward parenting and that sort of thing. I think there's this misunderstanding that this is a huge organization. No, it's not. It's run by mothers like me who've lost a loved one. It's very small, very passionate, and very respectful, because we've all been there. We know what it feels like. The exhibit, when it's up, it's really beautiful. It's not a downer. People say, how could you be so kind of morose? It's not. It's celebrating people and for the whole person, not just their darkest moments, right?
Complete details and registration information about the Into Light Project Hawaii can be found at intolightproject.org. Submissions for the exhibition are open to all Hawaii residents from now until the end of November.